everyone, and welcome to this video. Now today I'm going to be reviewing a classic album by The Who. I'm going to be reviewing their debut album, My Generation. This was released on the 3rd of December in 1965 on Brunswick Records. This was their debut album, and certainly compared with their contemporaries, The Who were quite late to the game, in terms of releasing an album. Because by this point, the Beatles were halfway through their career, and the Stones and the Kinks had all released a number of albums. So The Who had a little bit of catching up to do by this point here, in terms of getting more albums out there. But certainly by The Who sell out, they were equaling and if not better than the Kinks and the Stones around this time. But before this album came out, The Who were actually known as the High Numbers throughout 1964. That was the name of the band, and they had a single out called Zoot Suit, which was a flop. However, they rebranded as The Who in early 1965, and they released a debut single, I Can't Explain, and the rest they say is history. That became a top 5 hit, and The Who were 60s mod icons almost instantly. They then followed that up with a single, Anyway, Anyhow, Anywhere. I think I got that the order right there, which again was another successful single. So then the record company wanted to make an album this time, and it was recorded quickly during October 1965. The album got a lot of acclaim at the time, certainly for its unique sound. It's quite a hard rocking record for its time. Certainly in terms of the sounds on it, it's a very heavy record for its time, and it became an instant classic for the mod culture of the time. The album was successful in the UK charts, reaching number 5. So I'm just going to quickly show my vinyl copy of it here. This is the 2015 reissue of it here, so I've still got mine in the shrink wrap there, but it's just a complete sort of replica of the original copy. This is the British version. The American version is slightly different. I believe it substitutes a couple of the songs for some the other ones, and it's just on black vinyl there. Right, so I'm now just going to quickly go over all of the album songs. I will score each song out of 10, and then this will give us a overall total for the album. So the first track on the album is called Out in the Street, and I am giving this a 9 out of 10. I think it's a cracking opening song. Sort of great start, starts with these sort of slow, sustained guitar chords, but then it just starts and it's just maximum R&B at its best, and I actually thought that this was one of the covers from the album, because they do there's 3 covers on this album. And I must have just assumed that this was one of them, but it isn't. Written by Pete Townsend, of course, and it's a fantastically catchy song. I love the chorus bit, the no really no that wee bit, don't really know. I'm not sure what I was singing, but I just love that bit. Very very catchy song, and yeah, one of my favourites from the album. Second track in is called I Don't Mind. This is a James Brown cover. And I love Roger Daltrey's vocals on this one here. Very nice sort of bluesy sort of vocals what he puts in, and nice blues guitar work on it as well. I wouldn't say that this is a highlight from the album, but there is really nothing wrong with this song. I just think that it really suits The Who's style quite well. So yeah, I overall really like this song. Track in is called The Good's Gone, and this is another slightly slower one, but has really nice harmonies on it as well. But overall though, I'd say it's maybe a little bit repetitive, and that's why I'm only giving it a 7 out of 10. A little bit drawn out, it's about 4 minutes this song, I think, or yeah, about 4 minutes I think this one clocks in at, and it does get a little bit repetitive when you're listening to it. But yeah, overall it is still a pretty good song. Reactions to your lies. Track number 4 is called La 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 Lies, And this is again another decent track, but like Pete Townsend, like I said, that like this song here is like rather lightweight material, and like some like the other stuff on like this album, and like he says, like it wasn't like in keeping with like their sort of like their stage act repertoire, like where like they'd smash up all like their gear. Like this one here, like it does seem like a little bit of like a more like lightweight song, but it is like enjoyable. But like yeah, like for that reason, like I'm only giving it a 7 out of 10. Now like a more like up tempo and like fun song follows that, Much Too Much, giving this an 8 out of 10. Really like this one. It's like a bit more like of like a harder rocker, and like it does like it nicely combines like sort of like the hard rocking sound with like the nice melodies like as well, like what like Pete Townsend like was capable like of writing. Pretty decent like underrated album track, I'd say. And now closing sides 1, we have the song My Generation. Absolute classic track. Can't really say like anything too bad about this one here, but for me it isn't a 10 out of 10. It's maybe because I've overheard this song a little bit, and like I have somewhat grown tired of it a little like over like the years, but like it is just such a great anthem for like being like young and like living life like to the max really. But like again, I just sort of like have like overheard it like a little bit, and like it's maybe certainly like when this song like must have came out like back in like 1965, it must be like absolute like amazing sound on like this song here, and like amazing like anthem song, but like as I have said, like I have like overheard this one like a little bit. This was a big single from the album. It reached number 2 in the UK charts, and like it's now become probably like the Who's signature song, and like well certainly like one of like, their most popular songs. Now kicking off side 2, we have another classic track, and The Kids Are Alright, 10 out of 10 for me, and like my personal favourite song from the album. It's a very melodic song, and like nice like backing vocals like on it, and like sort of like angsty sort of teenage like lyrics on it, and like yeah, like it's a really great song. This was issued as a single like from the album like a little bit later on, I believe in 1966, but like it only reached number 41 then. However, the song has like grown in stature like over the years, and like has become like a mod classic. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic song. The Kids Are Alright. Then we have another James Brown cover, Please Please Please, and this is a great performance what like the band puts in. Like they put like their all like into like this song, but for me like the actual song itself like isn't like one of like, my favourites, and like I'm not really like into like his sort of like style like of music like that much, but like I do think that like Who like do like a pretty good version of it, but for me it isn't like one of like the best songs like on the album. It's not true, I'm telling you. Then we have another one of my favourites, It's Not True. I just love this song. I love it's like really sort of fun, light-hearted track, great sort of like funny like lyrics on it, and like that harmonies as well are great on this song, and like a great like melody as well. Pete Townsend was a really great songwriter like in like these early days. Like I know that like his writing like it would like mature and like develop like throughout the years, but like some of like these early Who songs are like some of like for me like the best songs like what he wrote. Just in terms of like the energy and like sort of like the youthful like nature like of them, like really makes them something special. Man, now I spell him. Then we have another cover. This is a Bo Diddley song, and this is called I'm a Man, and I'm giving this a 5 out of 10. I'd probably say this is one of the weakest songs from the album. It's like a rather tuneless song. If like that might be a little bit harsh on it. And the actual core like all of like the song itself, it doesn't do like anything for me. Like Tom Petty also covers it on here, and like his version like isn't like really like much better. Like it really for me like doesn't matter like who's like singing this song. Like I just like won't like it basically. And like this was one that was replaced on like the American album. They replaced it with the song Instant Party or Circles. I'm not sure what like the actual proper title like of it is, but like that is like, in my opinion, a much better song, and like certainly strengthens like this album. Whereas like this one here, like I'm a Man, it sort of like lets it down, and like I can only really give it like a 5 out of 10. Mostly just because of like the Who's like performance. Like they're all like a great band like on like this song, and like they do like perform the song pretty well. The penultimate track now is A Legal Matter, and again another one that I absolutely love. I've given this a 9 out of 10. This is the only song on the album that I think is sung by Pete Townsend. Like he handles the lead vocals like on this one here, and like it's like maybe like a little bit similar to like the Rolling Stones hit like Off the Day the Last Time. Very sort of similar sort of moods and like tune as well. Like it's almost like verging like on like plagiarism like off like the two songs, but like yeah, like this one is just fantastic. Like I love the lyrics as well. This one it's sort of like, I think like he's writing about like a sort of teenage divorce thing. What was like sort of hard. I'm not sure, like must have made it up. Now, but I've heard that the reason why Pete Townsend sung this song, like I said, like Dolce, was because Roger Dolce was actually getting divorced like out like this time. So like the lyrics might have been like a little bit too personal for him to sing. But like yeah, like I just love this song, and like it's like a fantastic sort of like, again, like fun, tuneful melodic track that I really enjoy. And then we close the album with what I would probably consider to be like the weakest song on it. It is a instrumental track called The Ox. Of course, The Ox would be like what was like the nickname for like bassist John Entwistle. But like yeah, like it's an improvised sort of like instrumental track. And like I must say, like I do like appreciate the like experimental nature like of like this song. Nothing from 1965 sounded anything like this. This is sort of getting like into psychedelic sort of like noodling music, like as I call it, but like sort of like psychedelic sort of like experimental music. Lots of like feedback and like guitar distortion like on like this track here, but for me it isn't really my thing. Like I get like why people might like enjoy this song, but for me like it isn't like one of my favourites, and like so like 4 out of 10. It's like the weakest song like on the album for me. So overall it would be a score of 77% for this album, which I think is like a decent score for it. Like I think it is a great energetic album, and like certainly like a great starting point like for like the Who. Certainly like it like they burst like on like the music scene really like well like with this album. And like it certainly though like gave them something to like improve and like develop and like build upon, and like that is definitely like what like they've done. Certainly like, maybe not on like the follow up like a quick one, but certainly by like Who Sell Out and then Tommy as well. Like just like the progression what like they made like through like the 60s is like absolutely fantastic. This is a very like enjoyable album to listen to. It's very fun, and like it's a short album as well. Like it's only about like half an hour long, so like it just sort of goes by like really quickly. Like and like I have like a whole lot of fun like listening to this. The other point like I want to make about this album is like the majority of it was composed by Pete Townsend, and like he certainly shows like a great potential to like become like one of like the great songwriters like on like this album here. And like there are some tracks on here such as like My Generation, The Kids Are Alright, what would become like Who classics, and like some of like their absolute best songs are like on this album. Right, so yeah, like although this isn't my personal favourite Who album, certainly like I would rank Who's Next and like Sell Out and like Quadrophenia like as well like above this. This is probably like one of like the most like exciting and like again fun records to listen to. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If like you have like any requests for album reviews, please leave them down below. Also like I'd like to know what you think of this album in the comments, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.